I use stencil for the holes. Then this one is rust. This is paper that I burned, and these are sticks from the ground. These I dried my oranges and used the peels to make these little flowers. There's a piece of a branch underneath and silk thread. My nice button. These are my little houses and the paper flowers with a wood thing in the back. This has bead from a paper, from a gift paper. Then some ribbon. This is a photograph underneath that I took from some flowers, and I use the oil sticks to make the dark on the edges. This was a box, and this is another photograph that I used, that I printed. This is I used a leaf. You put a paper, you actually use a medium, a layer of paper, and then you put a leaf and you cover it. When you remove it, you get, sometimes if the leaf has a lot of creases, you get a really nice imprint, and you use some pan pastels to finish it up, like this ones. This is actually what I removed from the leaf, and I pasted it in there. I did with my aunt and uncle for 5-6 years. I loved it. The access to art and culture, it was incredible, a total difference from where I was. Imagine in that time they had to actually use fire to keep the wax melting.
This is me, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, let me, good.
I think you can use it, but I think it gives a little flexibility and more sturdiness to the breaking. Yeah, it will break anyway.
Oh, it probably
is wax. So I came here at 10:30.
Oh wow.
Because it's a long, it's a very thick thing. It comes also this way.
Oh really?
And this is the electric pen.
Okay.
That when the point is really hot, it holds the wax in that little thing. It looks like an ink sort of thing. So you.
Sorry, where does it
Oh
go?
yeah, like a fountain pen.
It's the best one actually because it's almost ready to be hung. This is a small one. You can use any wood substrates like this. Doesn't have anything. These are like the bigger sizes.
So this is wood.
Wood.
This is
birch. Birch is the because it doesn't really
Warp.
lose warp. That's the word with the heat.
I paint acrylic on those too.
Yes, it's wonderful. The wax also comes like this, which is much easier to melt in small quantities. This is from R&F Encaustic, which is the major factory of encaustics in Upper New York, I think it is. And then you can use any tool. These are exclusively for wax carving. I haven't used them yet. All of different types of things to do, kinds of lines and things that you want, and scrape back. This is mostly what I use to scrape the wax when I want something in there, and this pasta makes very nice lines when you want to make.
It's a sun blue.
It is with the sun. The sun is it's two chemicals that you mix in a dark room. It was an old way of doing photography or things for the maps for the buildings. So you mix the two chemicals in the dark. You have to paint it on the paper. You can let it dry or not, and then you use anything that will prevent the sun from touching the page, and you put it out in the sun. And this is a plant with an orchid.
So the outside gets tan, which is
it
blue.
gets tan. This is not a very successful because it's very light.
And the tan lines.
Yeah. So, and then you can actually do a layer of medium and double digit. You can begin the work by painting the background. Some people use charcoal. This is alcohol ink and China ink. You'll see what happens when you put the medium. Some people use oil. You have to remove the dry layer, but you can actually paint, and then you put the wax on top, and you would have a beautiful landscape. You can paint on the wax and on the wood.
So this is like oil pastel.
It's
Not pastel, but
it's oil stick. It is a highly pigmented oil paint.
These are around the brand if anybody wants to know.
Yeah.
don't you? Yeah.
You do this
You get this at Jerry's
encaustic
Autorama.
stuff for effect,
Online?
obviously.
Mhm.
You get a different
I
effect.
order.
Preservation, because the
Preservation.
wax will preserve the body as well.
Okay.
But that was outside. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's around the,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ah.
Very interesting.
Uh-huh.
And my torch. We'll see if we can light it. I'm gonna try to start something in this very box will fall everywhere, and it's gonna be in your house everywhere, or your studio everywhere. So I usually protect. I wrote this so the heat of these things being so long would not affect so much the plastic table
Oh, yeah.
or the tablecloth. But anything you're gonna do the first time, you have to reheat or heat up a little bit your substrate so the wax really flows.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't cool as soon as you put on, then it
It's
cools.
gonna get
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have to be burning, but it has to be a little hot.
Uh-huh.
And you begin with this, the medium.
Oh, so you use a hockey brush.
It loads a lot of wax,
Ah.
more than the others.
Uh-huh.
Is that melted beeswax?
Yes.
Is that what that
Wow.
Beeswax with the Dama resin.
Some artists,
Damar?
It's,
They
it's
actually-
this stuff, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
vented-
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
some
Damar resin, yeah.
Damar resin. Some artists protect the edges with tape. Some others paint. Oops! I told you, it ends up everywhere.
Is that hot? It's very
It's a bit hot, but it's not much. Kind of go over 200 degrees.
Can I do a manicure?
Yes, you can. Let's try this one.
If my
If
fingers.
Padma allows me. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is better than the other one.
Does that make it smooth and level it
Yes,
out?
yes.
Oh, okay.
The other one blows a lot of air.
What she says is fuses.
Oh, it fuses.
It sticks, is what she calls it, fusing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It sticks to
Yes.
the surface.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
this
okay.
one blows
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
trying to say.
air and
Yeah,
gets a
yeah.
lot of
It's okay.
little bubbles.
Oh, okay.
You see, it's still melted.
Uh-huh.
There's something in there that shouldn't be there.
Oh, I always get that in my acrylic paintings.
Yeah.
A little hair.
That's
You know, I'm constantly picking stuff. I know. God. So as it's drying, you know, I keep
I'm gonna do
looking at it.
fast.
More stuff falls in there. Jeez.
So why are you doing 2 layers? of
But
medium?
you have to have a thicker layer. If you want to do incised lines or anything,
Oh,
one layer is
yeah.
not enough. What
Okay.
you're gonna do, you're gonna get to the bottom of it, and that's it. There's
Okay.
not gonna be much
Right.
much opportunity to do
Yeah,
anything.
makes sense.
And supposedly, when you continue, you don't need to melt completely. It changes the sheen on the wax. It's a little bit of heat, and then it adheres. We do one more, and I'm gonna apply this napkin in there. It's the easiest part that has sort of a print.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, so it cools very quickly.
Yes, yes,
And
that's
then you
why.
just put another layer on right away.
Yes.
Ah.
Sometimes if you want to do the incised lines, you have to wait a little bit because when you do it, all of the wax is going to come off. It has to be a little more cool.
Ah, okay.
There's something I didn't mention, which is important to mention, and is the fact that all this wax has fumes. So you have to be in an area that is well ventilated. There comes, they sell you some apparatus that you put in and gets right all the fumes directly from the,
Oh, because of the resin.
because of the resin and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
makes
So
sense.
I have it, so I work with my doors open.
Ah. Smart.
Yeah. This is a little hot. It's not level, so I need to sort of scrape it a little bit to make it.
Or you could work with the texture if you wanted to.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
This is what you decide. What are you gonna do? If you're gonna put some paper, the best thing is that the substrate is really, the layer below is at least as flat as you possibly can.
Uh-huh.
so there's no bubbles underneath the paper, otherwise the paper will not stick.
And then you just put those scrapings back in the melted wax?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to get on. It's still wet.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you paper
Should I
towel or
wear it?
something?
I have it, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Should I wear my gloves? We're gonna put this little piece of paper, even though it's not. Everything sticks to the hand with wax.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. The wax is still warm, so I can actually
Oh, look at that.
feel
That's
it.
pretty.
I think
So if someone were to hang this in their home, then they should hang it like away from a window.
yes, exactly like any other painting. Break this a little bit. And we're gonna go for the other leg.
Cool.
Since this is a napkin, it's very flimsy. You can actually feel there was no bubbles underneath, air bubbles or anything. If it were another paper, you need to buff it. No buff it. You use wax paper on top of it, and you have to work it out on all the way from the center to the outside, so you remove all the bubbles.
Oh, I see. Oh, now you're fusing it.
Now you're fusing the layer of wax, and you're gonna see how the color of the napkin comes up
Yeah.
when the wax is actually how do you say, embedding.
Oh, it's
You see?
so the color is getting transferred to the wax a little
Ex-
bit, or
The wax
absorbed
is
into
the wax is actually going through all the layer of the paper,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can see how now
Wow.
you can see more of the design. It's not so obscured by the layer of wax.
Right. Wow. Oh wow, that's really smart.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then the pigment has been melted with the wax mixture, the,
Yes.
the pellets, the wax pellets.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of white somewhere here.
Oh wow, you can just put it right over it. And it mixes a little bit, I see.
Yes.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
see the green in there a little bit.
Yeah.
You can do anything. You can cover the whole thing, and then you can uncover it. If you use this, you can mix them up.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
That's good. That's like your stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is like my stuff. Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different medium.
Medium.
I don't get too many cells though.
What?
I don't get too many cells.
Yeah, right. Yeah, oh, very nice.
The ocean.
Yeah. So it does kind of look
The
like
green ocean.
nice
Yeah.
painting.
And then
Yeah.
it goes to a very green. Fascinating.
Oh, look at that. It's like a wax pen.
Yes, exactly. It's like that. So you can go and do
You
it.
can write on it.
Ah,
Yes, it's very
cool.
difficult. I tried.
Oh,
I did a
really?
butterfly, and I filled every little hole, and it was very
Oh,
difficult.
wow.
Wasn't very good at it because it loads a lot of wax at the beginning. So
Sure,
yeah.
come on in.
Gotta see a little better.
Eh.
You can do anything.
Very nice.
Magpie.
Yeah. What'd you say? I have a magpie? What is that?
It's a bird that likes to see shiny things. So
Oh,
it's glittering.
right, yes.
And collects all the,
Oh, that's
the
right.
medals and the.
Neat. Oh, look at
So now we'll let this.
It's a
thing-
brush.
It's a brush, exactly.
Oh, like you said, a
exactly.
metal
So
brush.
it's the same. The
What?
same thing as that. You can do it here.
that. No.
You can also try to see if you
Oh
can
my
do.
god.
some layering.
Beautiful.
But unfortunately, not enough wax, so I broke it.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Now we see how easy it is.
It is
to-
very easy to
Yeah.
ruin what's underneath.
I see. Okay. Oh, but you can fix it.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. That's some better. We're gonna do another bit of this because it's also very, very hot. If you can feel in here,
Oh yeah, my
it
goodness.
is hot underneath.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is good to do on a cold day.
Yes.
No wonder so many, like you said, so many Canadians.
He's throwing money, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. I need it. It's getting. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
the heat underneath the
Wow.
panel.
Yeah, wow.
So now it's gonna go here.
So you can put layer over layer until you're satisfied with it, right?
You can do 10, 15, 20 layers, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I need to fuse it so we don't lose that.
And so each layer you need to fuse.
Yes.
Okay.
The other one I actually melted in the green one, melted a lot because I wanted to do that effect and not have hard lines.
Right.
But you see where I had the lines and I put, I don't know if you move it, you can see that the lines are underneath and not all the medium that I put in the last layer covers it. So you start building a little bit of texture. Another way of building texture is using anything. So we're gonna push it a little bit. Since this is hot, you push it and you get a little bit of the marks underneath. I think I brought. We can do it with this one. Yeah, we can do it with this one. Oops, no. This one is better.
Wow.
And you get a little texture underneath.
Cool. You're giving me ideas for acrylic.
I know. I
Kind of
know.
stuff with gel and.
Yes.
stuff.
And then we're gonna do something. I think this is too white. I want something transparent. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna add
yeah.
some of these.
Oh.
Is this surface hot?
Yes.
I was gonna ask you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I wasn't gonna touch it.
Oops, you see, it's
Oh yeah.
everything is sort of melted in there. So I'm gonna get this one. Mix it. This is the one I'm doing. It's a hot palette. Since the background is gray, you see the colors better than in the black.
Oh yeah.
So you can start building. There's a thing called accretion, which is you use a dry brush and it builds the layers like this, but it's very brittle.
Huh.
You can see how much I lost when I came here.
Oh. Oh my gosh. So it's almost a little fickle and
Somehow,
yeah.
if you build it up, I think it's
Yeah.
it's fixable a little bit, and you can bring out the texture
Oh yeah.
that you made before.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You see they're building a little bit. Do a bit of fusing so we don't lose it.
So fusing. So then you have to be careful with the fusing so that you don't
don't
melt
melt
the
it.
Yeah.
That's what if you see, it changes the type of sheen. I think you have to get closer. I don't know if there's any way you have to move and see. When you are and the tip is here. I have a scissors, right? I want to put these. These are Michael's flowers. I didn't do them because they're very pretty. You can tell.
Is it
Are
already
those-
waxed?
Yeah.
Yes, I put them in the. I dip them in the wax.
Oh,
Wow, they're
okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's real flowers?
No, this is paper flowers.
A
And
paper.
I think it's a paper that is very, very absorbent. That's why I chose them.
Are all of the pigments opaque, or do you have some
No.
transparent? ones?
The more medium they
Crazy.
have, they can be transparent. That's why I made it like that.
Oh, okay.
You add more medium and they become transparent. You can do lots of layers of transparent colors. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Very, very beautiful.
wow. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Ah, look, I made a dent there.
Wow.
I want it in the wax so it doesn't come off.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
interesting. It's transparent.
You want to put some more?
Okay. Where do you want the flowers? Right here, or do you want them back there?
Whatever you want.
There.
I'm gonna put more gold, shiny, somewhere in there. And I will push it so it stays in the layers of wax and it doesn't come out when we fuse it, because the metal will get hot.
Mm-hmm. So regular beeswax wouldn't work. It has to be mixed with the resin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you make your own paint
Yes, you can make it.
from that medium?
Yes.
And you put like a powder
The color
color
pigment.
into it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking of the name of a powder that
Is it pastel? You
it's-
use pastel powder?
You can use. I assume you could, but I'm not sure.
Mica?
It's like a mica. It's Perlex. The name
Oh,
of
Perlex,
the Perlex,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I did change the color. I had one of these, and I put a turquoise, and it was beautiful, all shiny. So you can also do that.
Yeah, Perlex is made by Jacquard.
Yes.
Yeah. Pigment nerd.
You see how this one had come off the painting.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
So you push it down.
Not very well. I don't want to waste so much time, so you can at least get one of these and try to do something with the papers and everything that I brought.
Oh, wow.
So for this one, I'm gonna melt it a little bit.
I know.
You
Maybe
warm it up.
reheat it,
She's warming.
Oh, wow. Look at
then
that.
get my.
I'll definitely be doing something with the gold chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Don't eat it.
I know.
Chocolate is my thing, but not that one.
I know. I promise I will not eat it.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Now we need to see if I need maybe a smaller brush. Maybe a smaller brush. Like this one. And I never clean them usually until I learned how to do it, which I'll show you. What I want is more wax around it so it has more support and it's not going to come off that easily. So in every point of contact, I will try to get a little bit of wax.
Like glue it, right?
Yes, exactly like a glue. And then with those clay tools, you can actually remove the excess.
So I imagine in the beginning, it's easy to overheat and then everything
All the
falls off.
time.
Yeah.
And like I did for the texture, when you don't let it cool, you saw that it was hot, you don't let it cool, you remove more wax than you want to. Anything you touch is going to be removing the ones from underneath.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes you have to work, like they say, with an acrylic or oil paint. You have to work with several at the same time, so you let it rest and then you come back to it.
Yeah.
It's so hot that I don't want to remove too much. But I want you to be able to see this, so I have to remove. I want a little bit of the background showing. Usually this wouldn't be there, and you just go
Mm.
and you remove the sides.
Ah, okay.
Now they have paper, so it's not worth it. So anyway, not very pretty, but that is more or less something you can do
I think it's very
in
cool.
It's like-
5 minutes.
It's like floral rain.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Yeah, I love how the napkin just kind of shines through. Like
Yeah.